Good afternoon. We're opening the Selectmen's meeting September 5th at 6:01 PM. Can I get a roll call, please?
Tracy Morse present.
Joe Shank present. Can I get a pledge of allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank all the service people for serving. 1.3 announcement. The meeting is being recorded and uploaded to YouTube. Is anybody else recording?
Yes.
All right, chairman's additions and deletions. We have a couple that have came in. I just want to make sure at the beginning of this meeting, any person that is not recognized by the chair will not be allowed to speak. So before you speak, you need to be recognized by the chair. First one, we have a resignation from the chair, Chaz Durrani and Sexton. He has resigned effective immediately. Number two, we have an emergency thing with the charter that's been going on. They have to have a signature, and I'm going to read the motion from the state that we have to sign and get a motion to approve it so it can continue. The motion made and approved on July 8th was to accept the changes from the state legislature and approve those pending town council's review. The changes approved on July 8th included substance changes made in the amendment approved by the Massachusetts Senate number 2752. Additional substantive changes were subsequently recommended by council and incorporated in a draft of House number 3728 sent to the town by the state legislature on 9/4/24. The substantive changes are as follows. Home Rule Charter, subsection A of section 5-3. Subsequent changes. Town council recommended striking out the words which shall include and replace them with the word meaning. 2. Subsection A of section 7-6. Town council recommended changing clause I to clause I or II, parentheses. 3. Subsection B of section 7-6. Town council recommending striking out the words notwithstanding the pendency of the attorney general's approval and replacing them with the words as required by law. This new motion is to accept the changes included in the substantive changes listed above, incorporated in the draft of House number 3728 sent to the town on 9/4/28. I make a motion to approve all changes to the bill draft H 3728 Townsend Charter, Townsend Special Act Charter House number 3728, including those described in the agenda that were recommended by town council and town council subsequent changes.
So moved.
Second. Motion has been made and seconded. Any comment?
Yeah. Can we get someone there?
Mr. Page?
I spoke with town council this afternoon about this. I would respectfully ask the board to hold off approving this motion until Tuesday. And, because town council will be sending me a letter which will clarify some of those things there. And I don't want to get premature on it until we have the letter from Adam.
Okay, with all that said, we are going to table that
Table it,
and
yeah.
we'll come back on the 10th.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for that update, John. All right, there's no minutes to approve. Okay, we're gonna go to appointments and hearing. at 6:05, and it is 6:05. Joint presentation from Pay As You Throw program, Waste Zero, DEP, and Board of Health. I just want to make this very clear that this is not a joint vote. It's strictly the Board of Selectmen's vote, but it's a joint presentation.
Can I ask that the Board of Health join us at the table?
All can, whoever's presenting, welcome to come to the table.
Can you just join us at the table so we can all hear you more clearly? Thank you.
Irene, did you want to start? or-
Again?
There's one more member coming too, so.
Okay. And we're gonna have a presentation and we'll
Yeah,
go
so how
over.
about this for the other Board of Health men, or?
First, have you opened
I
your
have not
meeting?
yet, Joe. I was waiting for the last member to arrive, if that's okay with you.
Well, our
Is this-
meeting starts at
I
6:05,
get tied up in traffic, unfortunately.
okay?
Is this a joint meeting?
It's a joint presentation, not a joint meeting.
Okay, so I'm confused. Are they also having a meeting though that they need to open?
They have to open their meeting
Okay,
in order to have any kind of dialogue amongst themselves.
okay, and you don't have a quorum here yet?
Well, you do
We
have.
got a quorum, we got
Okay,
two.
then you should.
I'll make a motion to open the Board of Health.
I'll make a
meeting.
motion to open the Board of Health meeting.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, when Paul arrives, he'll be involved in that also.
Okay, can you give me a roll call, please?
Christian Ramirez, Vice Chairman.
James Boothby, Chair.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna open this hearing, and I'm gonna leave it to Nelson to start with the presentation. He's been involved in several other members, and just present what our thoughts are of facts and findings, and we'll move on.
So, I was tasked with, exploring a pay-as-you-throw program, with various input from, departments, Mass DEP, Waste Zero, and, we've come to, what we feel like is a pretty good framework for what the pay-as-you-throw program might look like. I'm gonna ask Irene to sort of present on her side of things. She'll be doing a PowerPoint presentation. It's from the state's perspective. The state has a lot of history and experience with implementing pay-as-you-throw programs. So this is many years of knowledge that the state has gathered, regarding these types of programs. And Irene's gonna, explain that a little bit further.
Okay, so I'm gonna give my presentation. Share screen. So, presentation. Isn't it right here?
Yep, it's the second one down. Slideshow, is that it?
No, is it hidden?
Nope, it's right, yeah, that, right there.
Yeah, it's under my button. I don't know if I can. You see my issue?
Right there.
Yeah, I know. It's not, I have something, you can see it, I couldn't see it.
Do Control F5.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm Irene Congdon. I am with Mass DEP, I am your MAC, your Municipal Assistance Coordinator, and I've been the Municipal Assistance Coordinator with Mass DEP for 23 years. I have helped many communities look at this program and have successful in implementing a pay-as-you-throw program, which has saved towns millions of dollars throughout the years. And the other thing for you to all know is I'm also a resident here in Townsend. I've been here for 19 years, pretty much 20 years. My son just graduated from high school, is just in college. I have a first grader. I'm going to be here a long time. And my family is not a small family. There's altogether with the 4 dogs, there's 10 of us in my house, and we have people come on over. So trash and recycling is a big issue, and I just want you guys to know I'm invested. A lot of times when state people come, this is my program, here, go. It's not affecting me. And this is all affecting me and my house. So I just want you to be aware of that. Best practices. What is pay-as-you-throw? Just so you know, it is a solid waste program where residents pay per unit. It's a per unit fee. In the past, we were kind of talking about what to do with the budget. There's kind of always 3 options if you're going to all private, I only have, I have 75 communities. I have 15 of them that are private, and I'll tell you, all of them don't want to be private because their residents are paying 500 to 700, and in West, there's this Hubbardston, which I'm working with, a family just for putting out their trash and recycling, nothing big, nothing thing, $1,400 they were given a bill. So, and the town had no control over that because it's everybody for themselves. And we're working on not having private subscription like that. You can have a town contract. You guys have a town contract. The Board of Health has worked very hard on getting a really good town contract for the town. The way discussion comes up with what is pay as you go, how do you pay for that? And the way you pay for it is either a flat fee, which was discussed, but that just says everybody just pays the same amount. You're cutting the price and giving, if you're a 1 family or a 10 family, you're going to pay the same amount. The pay as you throw is a unit-based fee in that you pay for what you put out. If you go away on vacation, if you're out, you're downsized. I have a couple people that all their kids graduated now, and so now they went from a big house to a small house. Then you have less trash, you pay for less. It creates an incentive to reduce trash and to also look what's in the trash bag. Why? This is a big issue on the state level. Just so you guys know, our trash right now goes to, Shaw's takes it to Harvey, which takes it in Fitchburg, and it goes to the Fitchburg landfill for trash. And then from Harvey, it goes back to Westboro at their MRF. And all of our recyclables go on conveyor belts. And paper goes here, cans go here, plastic goes here, glass goes here, and it's a system. Our waste plan for Massachusetts is that when I first started, we had over 100 landfills. I had one here in Townsend. They have all closed. We have now 5 landfills in the entire state of Massachusetts. Ours is the Fitchburg, Westminster that we use. That will be closing by 2030. We will be having an issue in that point. And so on a state level, we're being ahead of this and saying, we need to reduce our trash by 30%. All of us need to work on that. And so each town has trying to been, can I get in there? Working on reducing their trash. Our number one strategy is pay as you throw because it works. It gives financial incentives to residents to reduce. It is by far the most effective tool. It's equitable. So you put out, you pay for what you use, like your electric bill. You don't want to have your neighbor's electric bill. You want to have yours. Environmental benefits is just so much. I kind of just have it as one line, but when you recycle and you reduce, you're saving the upstream. We don't need to go to South America. We don't have to go to Africa to do all that mining if we're mining from our own stuff and reusing our stuff. It is also a cost avoidance. At this time in our contract, it doesn't impact us, but it does bring in new revenue. People pay per bag. That is new revenue to the town. It's not coming from the tax base. It's coming from the bags. So for us at this time, it's a money ways to fund the program without adding more taxes. So that's why this is being discussed. This shows you a couple years back of, we have about 155 communities just since July. We've had another 4 communities start in Massachusetts. The newest one in my district was Westboro, just started July 1st. That was a drop-off program, but already they are seeing so much benefits for that. And you kind of see some people are drop-off. We are surrounded by Pepperell and Ashby have drop-off programs, but no, and then Lunenburg has the curbside program. It reduces a lot of things besides trash. It supports equity. It's the incentive increase. So it's all these different things that it's just benefits in so many different categories. I wanted to get to this point is an implementation plan. A lot of times we're already ahead of this schedule. Most of the time I normally work with the community and say we should do this in 6 months. You're in a crisis mode of the budget. And because of that, we've been moving in a faster pace of discussing these options. And this option pretty much came as the last option. You can't go private, you can't go flat, you have to go pay as you throw. So it's kind of made with time, we've gotten tighter and tighter. But because we are an overflow bag program, we already have the bags at McNabb's and Hannaford's right now at the price at $3.50 a bag. It's already there. It's easy that we don't have to add, have the discussion, which I normally do for a lot of times, of what type of program. You know, I deal with a lot of these that were, it's the decision body, it's your decision of going to the program. It's the financial structure, but because you already have an overflow bag program, the accounting is already in the mechanism. You already have money coming in from the bags right now. So it's not like you have to add a line or anything like that. Yes, I know that there are different monies already set aside for different departments. So Board of Health has some money that comes already from the bag price. So that's a financial thing with the accountant who knows that there are certain monies already restricted.
Mr. Chair, can I intervene for a second?
Let her finish presenting.
And bags and carts, we don't have carts right now. Our contract does not pertain to carts, so we don't have to worry about that. Public education is right now. And when you guys start, I'm not only a resident and I'm not only the person for the thing, I'm also on the recycling committee. And what we've been supporting and hoping for this program a long time. So we're here to help with the education as well. The enforcement, which is really thing, is a purple bag is very noticeable. And so if people have their kitchen bag, their white bag, or a big black bag, it's very easy to enforce. I'm only picking up purple bags, which the hall already does it, but he has to count. He goes, you get 2 bags, 2 black bags, or 4 small bags, 64 gallons of trash, and then purple bags. So now he wouldn't have to count. It's just, I'm only going to pick up purple bags. So the enforcement on this is actually the easiest program ever because the hall already kind of knows the program. It's just, he doesn't have to count the 2 bags first. How you set a fee. This is what I normally discuss is the collection costs and the disposal costs. Your contract right now is different, and I suspect it will be different in the future years. You have a very unique program. The Board of Health has worked very hard on this. And because of timing, they got a great, you have a good contract. And, but it's not set up like this. It's all $822,000. It's just, you got to pay for that no matter how much trash you put on the road. So I want everybody to be participating in this program because we still got to pay the bill because that's the contract that we signed. After we have this program in the following years, you will see the reduction in the trash costs when it is tied to how much tons you reduce. So we're in a different contract than most other towns ever. But we got a good rate for it. What is in our trash? This, every 3 years, the state does a waste characterization. We go really to the waste to energy facilities, and our closest one is Millbury, which most of Central Mass goes to. And they do over 60 categories of what's in the trash, and it's amazing. And what is still left in our trash is basic recyclables of paper and containers is 12%. Compostables is 32%. Charm items are 8%, like the things that we take at the recycling center. 5% textiles, which is unbelievable because we still have clothing bins all over. We're going to have a clothing event in Shirley with a big truck on, we just set that date, Saturday, October 19th. And then we have wood that we take at the recycling center. And it's really 38% that's real true trash. And we spend so much money to move this stuff. But if we can promote people to reduce, go to the recycling center, buy a compost bin at the recycling center, look at what you throw out, we can reduce our pie to hopefully, my goal is that 38% would be 100%, but it would be a smaller pie. Instead of a big 8-slice pie, pizza pie, it'd be a single person pizza would be our budget because that would be the real trash that we throw out versus textiles. If it has a stain on it, if it has a rip on it, put it in a clothing bin. I have puppies. They're going through my shoes and my kids' shoes like crazy. And they put it down, they ate the shoelace, they ate the side, instead of throwing them out because really one shoe is perfect. The other shoe just has a thing. There are people that buy only one shoes. We got the Olympics going on. There's a lot of people that only need one shoe. It's just amazing that we think of, oh, it has a rip, it has a stain, I need to throw it out. It's like, no, but it can be put into the clothing bins. Funding. We have my time as Mass DP. It's free for the town. The town has already applied for the technical assistance grant, so that's why I'm here. I would be here anyway, but I'm here as Mass DP and providing you information and helping with the town treasurer to the accountant and helping with public education. The program moves forward. We have a timeline of different events that are happening pretty quickly that I'm able to help with, and outreach and help to do an implementation plan. So this is the timetable that we've been talking about. Of course, everything is still, you had already agreed at the last meeting to go and move forward on pay-as-you-throw to come here. Apply for the technical assistance grants, which was done. Talk to the current vendor, which she's online here, for the overflow bags and say, what would it be like to go full? To talk about the implementation plan. And then we're here, select board, to talk about the bag contract and education. We're gonna have a meeting, there's a proposed meeting for tomorrow to talk about a public forum, talking about getting prepared for the next, for the bags. Education flyer for that public forum would be done. Maybe go back one. Apply for the Mass DP pay-as-you-throw grant. We have a money grant. So one is my time, and then there's a money grant of $20 per household, because we know this program works. And so that's our financial incentive. But we normally have a little more time to apply for the grant. And so we need to do it pretty quickly so that you're eligible for that. Going and talking to seniors about how that would impact them, doing a cable show and a link that people have to be on the website of what the presentations and what's the changes would be, flyers out at schools, touch a truck event, website information, hopefully an electronic sign. I know that a lot of them are busy for other road constructions going on, updating inventory, a mailer that would go to every household. And that's where we're getting kind of stuck, is timing to get a mailer out almost is today, because it takes a while for it to be printed and to be mailed. And then the bag program begins. And like I said, purple bags are already on the shelves at McNabb's and Hannaford's right now. The grants that I brought up is, what the state does is we have the $20 per household. So for our household count, it's $62,000 a year. A one-time grant. And then we already participate in the RDP program, the recycling dividend program. And so we've typically been getting about $9,000 a year. Just by approving this program, we'll go up to another 5 points. It's a point program. And so that would bring us up to $12,000 a year. And then if in the future, I just wanted you to know about other grants, that if we were thinking of carts later in time, not right now, there is, not through the state, but Recycling Partnership has a $15 per household recycling cart grant. And so there's my contact information. I am going to stop sharing this. And so, any questions?
First, Mr. Leclerc, I had a question.
I just wanted to make a couple of comments. I've been on the Board of Health for 23 years. I've been involved with this trash contract since the beginning of the contracts, and we've done a great job doing everything we've done with these contracts. And apparently right now the select board has just stripped that privilege right away from us because there's a deficit in the budget. Taxpayers are already paying for their trash services, and now you're going to charge them again. And we had $1,500,000 7 years ago surplus in this town. Where'd all that money
Mr.
go?
Leclerc, stick to what we're talking about. We're not gonna talk about where money is or anything. If you have something you wanna put in to what we're talking about, I'll be more than happy to hear. If not,
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this, Mr. Chairman, there's gotta be a whole bunch more effort put into planning this pay-as-you-throw stuff because it's gonna crash and burn. You think the towns and citizens are gonna run out and buy all these plastic bags? They're not gonna do it. It's not gonna happen because people are so familiar with having it curbside as it was. You can attempt to put this into position, which you're going to do, but we'll see how far it goes. Because if they buy the bag and they get in a 35-gallon bag, they're gonna wait for 3 weeks to make sure the bag is full before they put it on the side of the road, so they don't have to spend more money in buying additional bags. And I don't think enough stuff has been done to coordinate, organize, or do anything else. She does a great job at everything she does, but Townsend's not ready for this. And it's gonna backfire.
Well, Mr. Clay, appreciate your input.
I'd like to
However,
respond, yeah, if I can.
excuse me?
I'd like to respond also to his. I certainly hear what you have to say, but I also believe that every town that goes to this says the same thing. Like, you're saying, preparing for failure before you've given an opportunity to succeed. We saw the towns all around us, Ashby, Pepperell, have to go to a program similar to this. We're in a situation where also those same towns, Ashby and Pepperell, have voted for a school budget that we have to support. And I, as well as many people that don't think this is the only option, that could be cut there or cut there, I think it's a very honest, hard thought out decision to see if it will work for this town. And I think it can be very successful. I think if it's going to have a little trouble, which is starting to be in, but everything has a little trouble. I'm sure every town you ever worked on had a little trouble when it started. But my biggest thing with this program is I know from towns that have had it, like West Boylston and other towns that have had it in administration for a while, it does significantly reduce trash. We can't get away from that data. She will show you how it does, how once it's in there, the tonnage from each of these towns has significantly dropped. So as a proud member of a green community, I think even though it's going to hurt a little bit to begin with, whatever, it's gonna, it needs to be given a chance to be successful.
So, Teresa, I have to agree with you on that. Board of Health, unfortunately, has already condoned the whole thing. They want to blow the thing up, as Mr. Leclerc said, as board
Mr.
members.
Chair, we're not trying to blow
I'm
anything up.
speaking,
I'm
please.
gonna step into this for a little bit, Mr. Chair, because I've been here 23
I'm gonna
years.
ask you one
No.
more time, please. I was speaking until you're recognized.
Don't threaten the
Then-
Board of Health, Mr. Chair.
I've only said it. I am speaking. When you get recognized, you have your time. All right, so I'm not going down that road with you. All right? So what I am saying, I've watched it, I've heard it, I've seen it. The Board of Health has blatantly blew up the Board of Selectmen. We are doing the best we can for this community. And if you want to keep going the way you're going, you do it. But don't drag the Board of Selectmen down. That's all I have to say about that. Now, is there anybody else from the DEP or Waste Zero that wants input on this?
Taylor's in there. I don't know what I felt bad is she was supposed to be here in person.
That's okay.
But her car broke down, so she was coming online.
Taylor?
Here.
Yes, I am here. I'm so sorry, guys, that I can't be there in person. Like Irene said, I was driving on the highway and ran over some metal. So
Sorry, hope you're okay.
I'm good. The tire's definitely not. But the thing that Waste Zero offers, we have a partnership with over 500 municipalities across the United States. And we are, for lack of a better word, experts in this. And we are here to help guide you through this process, and pay as you throw works. You will see reduction. You will see people comply, and our team is local and we're here to help you in any way that we can. So you are not alone in this.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask her some direct
Go
question?
ahead.
So my big concern, as you said, we're very concerned. This is going to be completely different from the members of Townsend. And I know you're here to help us be successful. Are there some particular points that you can give us with maybe reductions of cost to seniors that can help it be successful?
Our problem is timing. So because we need to have this because of the DOR, because of the town budget needs to be approved, it's a timing thing. And we already have in the stores, it's a barcode, they have all their things. We have 2 vendors that have the big gallon, the 33 gallon
Gotcha.
at $3.50. If we said to get the small bag in right away, it is just, we can't get it in time. So we're saying hopefully in the beginning of the year, we'll have another couple stores and have the small bags available.
Gotcha.
So that's, and after everything's signed, we're already having the meeting for tomorrow to discuss how to work with the current vendors.
Mhm.
So this doesn't overpower, the current retailers, and work with them on a plan to get the bags out as easy and efficient as we can to everybody.
And one other question, how do communities deal with homebound residents?
Say that one more time.
Homebound, how do communities deal with homebound residents?
The question would be is how are they getting their food and dealing with their trash now? So because I have my mom who's normally has a nurse that deals with her in Massachusetts, in New York. And so that nurse brings the trash, goes food shopping for her and puts the trash out for her. So she would just do the same thing. When she's buying milk for her and her meals, then she would also buy at that same time her trash bags. And then when she's putting out the trash, it would be in the purple bags.
We might want to think about reaching out to TEO and see if they can help.
Oh, distributing bags?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I think there's a meeting tomorrow to discuss a little bit further.
Yeah, we can't go too
expanding.
far until we have
Right, yeah,
other details set.
We have to come up with some kind of a plan tonight that we have to vote on to give them some sort of a direction to move forward.
Thank
Okay?
you.
And,
Mr.
so,
Chair, you got a question over there?
yes,
My question is, okay, we go to the bags. If you buy more, is it on 3 bags, you buy 1 bag, or if you buy more bags, you'll get a price? Do I buy 100 bags up front?
Yeah, so
Well, I
So I can
can,
answer that. So they're currently in rolls of 5. And so that's our problem thing is that's how it's going to be for the beginning. And is that the large bags are bought in rolls of 5 and it's $3.50 per bag. And so when you buy that, it's $17.50 for that roll. But it's kind of nice, instead of a flat fee that you have to pay all at once, this is, when I go shopping, I buy this other item, and it's 5 bags. That could last some people, it might last a week or 2. Others, it might last you the whole month or 2, So it just depends on what you do. And if the other rolls, the plan for the small bags when they come in later would be in rolls of 10. So it's just like the Lunenburg. Lunenburg has that same thing, is they have the large bags of 5 and the small bags of 10 in that one roll. And you can buy multiple rolls.
Mr. Chair, can I make a phone call? Carla wants to get to us and she can't use her phone right now. I'm gonna put her on voice, speakerphone.
There's somebody else on the
Mr. Chair,
Oh, I'm sorry.
hang on a second.
Hang on, wait your turn, Carla.
I just had one question about participation. If you live in towns, do you have to participate in the Asian store, or can you get your own garbage bag?
So as the program is now, we pick up from 1 to 3 family households in Townsend. If you have that pickup, is only a portion of it is being put in the cost of the program is being paid for by the bag, and you pay for what you use. So it's the cheapest program. If you choose to call a private hauler, that just has to be from that resident. You can't be sharing with other things, and you can just note that the average cost of just a 96 one container is over $500 per year. So when you do your numbers, you will realize that you'll save, and you don't want to go for a dumpster. It has to be picked up for health reasons. We can't have people have dumpsters that will be not being picked up on a weekly basis. So some people like do the numbers, oh, I'll get a dumpster and it'll last me for 6 months. Well, then we're going to have other health issues for our town and the way the town looks. We have the most efficient program of that your trash and recycling gets picked up every week. And we have a portion of this budget, it's $820,000 that's in the cost of the program, which is a good contract. If you get less households, the bill goes up more, so if more people
The
leave.
answer is yes.
Yes, you always have the right to do that, but you're not,
Yeah.
you will pay a lot more.
But for people, there are people, like we even looked into it. It's very difficult for us to get the trash to the end of the road due to medical issues. So we looked into having a 2-yarder or whatever the little one is put in our yard. So this way we don't have to walk to the end of the driveway. I'm sure there's people that decided to go ahead with us. Those people have to be given the option to opt out, correct?
Yeah, everybody has that. Yeah, because all we're doing is we don't have a flat fee. There's not an administrative thing. We didn't add
You
an
just don't
administrative
buy
cost.
bags.
You just
Right.
don't buy bags. So if
Right.
you're not using bags, you don't buy the bags.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
But you have to have a legal thing. You cannot just be throwing
Did
it
you
into
do
anybody
this?
else or another town or a not registered person in place.
I think
Did your
Nelson's,
organization create this?
We work together with Taylor.
Is this all other or is this all other? Like, I'm not sure what this is.
That is the
Bottom line.
trash. So napkins, papers. So what can go in your trash is bathroom waste,
So
snacks.
that is
That's
okay.
trash.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
okay, Carla, are you there?
I gotta give her dinner just a minute.
There's somebody with a
Hand up?
hand up, but I don't know if that's,
That is Carla.
oh, okay.
Carla,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Hello, Jim.
Yes, you're on speaker and everybody's here listening to you. You have the floor, Carla. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, select board members, for taking the call. The video has been going on and off, so it's very hard to follow the presentation, but I do have a few questions. My first question is, are we promoting this as the purple bag program, or are we promoting this as the pay-as-you-throw program?
I normally promote, I normally say your purple bag is just, it's easier to remember. When you're going to the store, you easily remember it. But I know some of our signs already say pay as you throw. I like when towns go, when they went in West Boylston, hey, we're the green bag program. Oh, we're the blue bag program. It's kind of nice. We have our own color.
Yeah.
I kind of do promote that in a way, but it's up to you on the first flyer,
I believe that.
We have a committee that we've been working with together. So I would think that would be something that we would discuss. I think that just saying the purple bags are going to confuse people because they're going to say, oh, I don't have to participate in the purple bags because they're overflow bags. They've known them as being overflow bags for so many years.
And I think that's education that we will need to push out to the public
Yeah.
that, yes, the purple bags were the overflow bags for many, many years, but they're no longer going to be called the overflow bags. We're trash bags essentially. So I think it's just going to take a little bit of public outreach and public education to get people adjusted to the new label, if you want to call it that. So, I mean,
I think we'll discuss that more tomorrow, but I mean, we
any
can
other
look at that.
question, Carla?
I do. The $9,000 that Irene is stating.
I'm not sharing that today. That was not brought up.
$9,000.
Carla,
Wait a minute, Carla.
Carla,
Calm down.
Carla, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about
No,
here.
that's out of order, Carla. We can't
It
go
has
there.
everything to do with it because she doesn't have $9,000 to give to an RVP grant. She
Yeah.
has $3,000.
Carla, once again, you guys are gonna have a meeting tomorrow, and you guys can discuss that in your meetings, but that's not what this meeting's about, and I don't want to get sidetracked on that.
Okay, well, you have misinformation.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you, Carla. Okay, So,
I have something.
Nelson.
Yep. Irene, thank you so much, and Taylor, thank you so much for your presentation. I just have a few things to add from my perspective, and I wanted to share it with everyone. I think the biggest question is, what's the pricing going to be for these bags? And we've run all kinds of scenarios, and we can always price it high and recoup a lot of money back, but we also recognize that the higher you price it at, the more sensitive people get at that pricing, and they may end up opting out or finding other means of disposing their trash. So, working with Irene and, Katie, the assistant town accountant, we had certain parameters to work around. We're basing things off of 3,100 households. We have 9 months to recoup the budget deficit that we currently have. So after all the analysis that we've done, we have landed on $350 for the large bags, the 33 gallons, which is the same price it currently is at the stores, and $225 for the 13-gallon bags. We feel like that is the best pricing structure to get the participation that we're looking for, as well as the revenue that we require. So, I do want to caveat by saying that this is really just a forecast. We're assuming, a pretty high percentage participation from all the households I mentioned, 3,100 households. We're basing the assumption off of 1.5 bags per week per household. So again, that's just an estimate, and it's a forecast. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what the next few months will bring, but we will be monitoring the situation very carefully over the next few months when the program rolls out to determine if we
Mr.
can.
Leclerc. Mr. Leclerc, you're interrupting the meeting.
Sorry. We'll be monitoring the revenue that we receive over the next few months very carefully to see if we can, get to the, make up for the budget deficit that we're looking at. And if we feel like we're not going to make that number, then, we're going to come up with some contingency plans to make up for that shortfall. Anything at that point could be on the table between freezing spending that's not related to payroll or contracted services, hiring freezes, anything we can think of, to bridge the gap. But that's something that we won't know until we get data. But if we start on October 1st, by, I would say, December, we should have some good enough data to forecast if this program is going to get us the revenue that we're looking for.
So I have a couple of questions also.
Yep.
So, and I do apologize, I haven't been able to be involved in getting to these numbers and whatever, but maybe you can start off. How the large bag at $350 in comparison to the communities that you have that pick up, where does that stand? Is that on the high side, low
So
side?
it's at the higher end, and that's because it was an overflow bag, and because of timing, we have to really, because of the barcodes, we really have to be at that
They
price.
have to start at
So
that
that
price.
we can't.
When can you change the price? If we see we don't need?
What I would suggest is you're going to do December. You'll have a lot of information by then, and having everybody can, if you have seniors, I think it'd be great as Christmas presents. People buy bags. I think that would be great for people. But we have a budget shortfall, and that's the biggest issue is we need to reach our budget. So next year, when we have a new contract and things are set, and you have a better budget for the next year, it would be great to then reevaluate.
But we should have
and we
some
could do
good
that.
data by January, and there's a possibility we can even make changes in January.
It's hard to make changes. It's kind of like a
In
6-month
September.
thing to change the price of the bag and the price when they get out there.
Okay.
So that's why we're not, it's hard for us to get the small bags in there too fast. because they have to have their barcode and everything, and they're being printed, and it says how much they are. So after, I'd say July, you could be able to change prices. And then that would be, we'll have also a new
Okay,
contract and a new budget, and that could be.
So I think, Teresa, I think to be fair to us, at least, we don't know how this is gonna work.
Right,
you know?
but my concern is, I understand the numbers, they make perfect sense, right, 3,100, a bag and a half a person. The problem is the middle number times 9 months. So we're making up for a 3-month deficit to start out with, and it is what it is, right? But,
If we had, 12 months to make up the budget difference, those bag prices would be less.
Right.
So, you know, if we started a month later, then
right,
the prices would have to increase to make up for that deficit,
so,
but then you run into issue of now people are gonna be turned away from the pricing and they're gonna try to go to private, so.
right, but
So we're
if we
under,
didn't have pre-priced bags, which it seems to be the issue, our bags are pre-priced at this right now.
Well, even to get them into the store within just a month, it's almost impossible. So the only reason this program's able to happen is because you already have the bags already on the shelves at the price there, and there's inventory to back it up. We're just gonna be bringing more inventory, not me. Your bag company that you have a contract with will provide the bags.
Okay. Okay.
I have a question. As of right now, I have a large container for the airport, which I'm selling also. And, I understand the bags are large. Can I put that bag in the container, fold it up, and are they gonna pull it out, or do I have to drive it down the driveway?
Your container's at the end of your driveway, I believe, where they pick up, is that what
That's
you're
correct.
saying?
Will they-
So, once you put that in your container, you put your barrel out at the street, they're gonna pick it out, they're gonna take it out, and they're gonna dump it.
It's just like today is trash day on my route,
Okay.
and it's just, I had white bags in there. It's just gonna be purple bags next time.
I think people, wanted to know that because it's, because of the animals and dogs.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
gotta stay in the
So
barrel.
it's just kind of a good question that people are asking.
Yeah, I know. I mean, makes it the simplest program. We're not adding a new fee. We're not, I mean, per household, you're not getting a flat fee no matter what. You have control over your bill, which is kind of hard in today's life. You have control over your bill. And so then you can say how many times I put the trash bag out.
Go ahead.
Okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Just being on finance, Ray, I'm just wondering, are people gonna make that enough money to make up that?
Let's hope and pray we do.
I
If we don't,
do.
we're gonna be in front of you, and we're gonna make a whole bunch of cuts or whatever we gotta do.
And-
we have done some calculations and,
But I have
You
the
know-
opposite question. If we come to March and we have the money, then does everybody get free bags?
We can reduce, say next time we could reduce the fee.
Yeah. I
In
reduce- I
July,
mean,
you can reduce the fee.
If you ask me if come March, we're gonna have the extra money, I don't think we're gonna do it. We're gonna barely make the 550 that we need now.
Okay,
And-
don't worry about it, don't tell me that.
I don't see we're gonna have an abundance of money here. Cindy, you have a question?
Actually, it got answered already. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else in this Zoom meeting that has any input or want to discuss anything in regards to the presentation as pay as you throw? Okay, I take that as a no.
I do want to thank you for attending tonight and your presentation, and for the Board of Health for joining us as well.
So I just want to close the joint presentation of the Pay As You Throw program with Waste Zero, DEP, and the Board of Health.
When you
Okay.
have to join me.
yeah,
I have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, motion made, seconded. Okay, meeting adjourned.
Thank you for your time, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay. We are gonna move on to 4.1, discuss and vote for pay-as-you-throw program as outlined in the working group. And I think you have just kind of discussed that. So before I make a motion, Nelson, do you have any more that you would like to add?
So, we do have a working group that we, are meeting again tomorrow, where we're discussing how to implement this program along with the various avenues of public outreach, public education. Irene mentioned in her presentation, I'll just go over in just a little bit more detail. We're thinking about doing a,
Video, cable.
some quick 3 to 5 minute video that's been pre-recorded with the help of TCAM, with highlights of the program. Put it on YouTube, maybe put it on, on the public channel somehow. I was thinking about doing co-oping a senior center luncheon, having a presentation there, because I spoke to Elise. Those are usually pretty well attended. We're probably talking 30, 40, 50 senior citizens there on a luncheon day. So, I think Irene and maybe
Taylor.
All of us can go there, make a quick presentation, very similar to this, just get the word out, tell them about the Pay As You Throw program. There's a Touch a Truck event at the library, I believe, in a couple weeks. So we might have a little poster, a little booth there. Again, just getting the word out there, educating folks. We mentioned doing a mailer that's going to go out to every single household. So we're going to try to get that up and running as well. So we're working out all the details as we speak, trying to get the program implemented, as well as working with vendors. We understand Mike's Mobile on Main Street might be interested to join as a vendor, for the Pay As You Throw bag program. So we're very excited that,
So there are, if there's others in the community that want to join, they still can join.
Absolutely. We, more the better, it's.
So the old brick store open today.
It's a benefit for stores like this too, because you're adding foot traffic to their storefront, which may increase their sales. And for us, it's another avenue for residents to get the bags. Maybe McNabb's or Hannaford's, the hours and days don't work for everyone. So, the more options residents have, the better we feel. And we think Mike's Mobile might be the first new vendor to join the new
One thing, Nelson, I'd like you to be able to follow through for me, please. I definitely want somebody to reach out as soon as possible to TEO and see what can be done. If people want to donate bags to TEO, and they can be added to the food stuff that they bring to the homebound community
Yeah,
and
someone
other
can't
things.
afford a bag, they can go there to get their food. I mean, that's a great
So
idea.
I think it's a nice, make sure that they can set that as a donation and add that to things that they can offer to the community.
Okay, I'll look into it, see if they can help us out.
And I'm
Okay.
certainly willing to start that donation.
Okay, so, on 4.1, the vote. First of all, I just want to make it very clear to everybody out there, this is not what we as a community was hoping for. We've all struggled with the overrides twice. I don't believe in, blowing up town hall or any town employees or any departments. This is the only option we have. We're all under a very strict budget. I understand that, but we have to do something, and I think this is the right thing to do to try to just move forward. So I make a motion. I'd like to have a motion to move forward with the Pay As You Throw bag pricing of $3.50 for large bags and $2.25 for small bags, effective 10/1/24, with authorizing Nelson to implement the Pay As You Throw program as outlined in tonight's presentation.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? Teresa? Oops, I'm sorry.
So the small bags aren't gonna be available anymore, right?
They won't be, so the
So-
small bags won't be, you're correct.
So do you think you should add to the motion, small bags when available, just so that people won't assume that, well, where are all small bags?
Okay,
We have it listed as small bags available January 1st in the outline, but it might be best to put in the
well,
motion.
let's redo the motion. A motion to move forward with the pay-as-you-throw bag pricing of $3.50 for a large bag and $2.25 small bag effective 10/1/24. Along with allowing Nelson to implement the pay-as-you-throw program as outlined in tonight's presentation, and knowing that the small bags may not be available till January 1st.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Take a vote.
Teresa Amos, yes.
Joe Shank, yes. Okay. We're moving along. 4.2, discuss and vote a contract with Waste Zero. So we have the Waste Zero contract that is out there that I believe, Nelson, is in effect for the overflow bags. Is that correct?
That is correct. I had sent it to town council to review. They got back to me today with something they wanted to, a few things they wanted to discuss with Waste Zero's council. We only started having the discussion late this morning into the early afternoon, so unfortunately, the final contract is not ready yet to be voted on and signed. We are working on it as we speak. I think they realize the urgency of things, and the items that were brought up were not, insurmountable. They were just small items here and there, but nonetheless, we wanted them addressed, but they weren't able to be fully addressed in time for this meeting. But we are working on it, and I'm hopeful a contract that both sides would be amenable to is forthcoming in the next few days.
All right, so council's got this. I've read it. Teresa, have you read?
I have not had a chance to.
Okay. Well, by what I've heard is there's just some minor changes to this contract. It's in front of town council. So in order to move forward, so we can keep moving forward, I would like to make a motion to authorize town administrator Nelson Yu to sign the Waste Zero contract out of session once town council has received and approved the revised Waste Zero contract.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? Take a vote.
Teresa Amos, yes.
Joe Shank, yes. All right. Nelson handle it.
Glad you got hired.
Welcome on.
Thank you.
4.3, discuss the public forum for the pay-as-you-throw program. So as it is now, we tentatively have September 11th. I don't know if we set a time yet in the Great Hall to have public forum in regards to the program. And we'll try to work on how to get the word out to everybody, to the public. If anybody has questions that can't make that, by all means, send any questions prior to the Board of Selectmen's email, and we will try to get every answer that we possibly can. So it's going to be September 11th. Teresa, did we set a time? I know we talked about it, but we didn't set a time. Do we want to set a time? Because we have Tuesday night, we have the 6 o'clock Selectmen's meeting. Do you think, I know a lot of people are coming home, so may not make 6 o'clock. What's your thought? What's
Do you
your
want to try at
suggestion?
7? Do
Okay,
you
why
want
not?
6
So,
meeting, get some things wrapped up and then do it at 7?
yeah, so we'll tentatively, Nelson set it up for September 11th in the Great Hall for an open forum to discuss it. questions and answers. We'll do the best we can. We need to get the word out to the public. I think, Teresa, you mentioned that all the signs that we're utilizing right now, the road signs that are on job sites for road construction. I don't know what your thought is, Teresa, but maybe we can ask Nelson to reach out to the highway superintendent and see if he can get one, borrow one, whatever we need to do.
Those always are very effective. I think too, it's important, we can get it on the television.
Yeah.
But I think we want to make it very, clear that it's to learn how the program affects you, that's going into effect October 1st, not how to get us to get rid of the program.
It's just educate everybody as to what we're going to do, how it's going to work, so everybody understands. I believe you're going to be involved. The DEP is going to be involved. Waste Zero should be involved. So Teresa, do we need to make a motion, or do we just ask
We
the
need to,
highway
just ask.
superintendent to see if he can borrow a couple road signs?
There's
and advertise this?
actually, Sabrina has to put in a request. And then
But he
it's
doesn't
like
have any.
ridiculous to try to come up because there has to be like 6 here, 3
I spoke to
there,
Jimmy,
whatever.
he said he'd be potentially willing to, just, let us borrow one for a short period of time. With the public forum being next Wednesday. So, once we get it finalized, we can borrow it for a few days.
Well, I don't want it, and we've had conversations that we put that sign up at the last minute and nobody will. We gotta at least give people time to be able to plan, to be able to move things around, to be able to make that meeting. So as long as we can give them enough time notice, I'm good with that. You'll handle that.
So Sabrina has the form for that. Also, I don't know how it works on the channel, but if we could run the presentation that came tonight, are we able to run that?
Yeah, I was gonna ask before you left tonight to get a copy of the presentation.
And run that, so.
And I was also thinking, this was really for the Board of Selectmen. I have another presentation that's for the public, just to understand now that we get to this point is
If
of
you
what
can
the
get it
program
to
is.
TCAM and they
Because in
keep
some ways,
that-
that's the presentation I want to give on, or help for October,
If you can
September
get that
11th.
to Dave and he can have that running on TCAM for the next,
And we can talk.
I think we did well, right?
that sounds good.
Okay, Teresa, you have anything else?
No, sorry.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We adjourn Selectmen's meeting at 7:03 PM.
Teresa, yes?
Joe Shank, yes. Thank you, everybody, for coming.